right, use Appendix 2 to calculate delta G at 1000 degrees Celsius for the following reaction, and is it spontaneous? So I'm going to need to pull out my book and get some numbers, but I'm not only going to need my delta G, and in fact, I'm not even going to need my delta G from the appendix of my book. I'm just going to write them all down because why not? But remember that if you're looking up, or if you're trying to figure out the delta G at any temperature that's not 298 Kelvin, you need to use delta H minus T delta S. So what I actually need is the delta H and the delta S here. But anyway, while I'm got the book out, I might as well get all the numbers I might need. So I'm going to look up each thing, CO2 first, write them all down, and then I'll get the others. Remember, you can find this table in Blackboard as well as in the appendix of your ebook. Okay, get that out of my way. So since I'm going to need that delta H minus T delta S, first I'm going to figure out my delta H. And remember, the units for delta H and delta G are kilojoules or kilojoules per mole. Delta S is in, or actually it's just S, not delta, but anyhow, it's joules per mole Kelvin. All right, so what I'm doing for this is products minus reactants. My products are my CO2 and my calcium oxide, and then my reactant is the calcium carbonate. So we can put that in my calculator. Just be careful with all those signs. And I get 177.8, and that would be kilojoules or kilojoules per mole. Same thing for delta S. Products are the same, minus reactants. I get 160.5, and that would be joules per Kelvin. I'm going to need that in kilojoules, so I went ahead and converted it by dividing by 1,000 right now, 0.1605 kilojoules per mole Kelvin. And that's so that my units work out when I plug it in here. So delta H minus T delta S, put in my delta H. For my temperature, it has to be in Kelvin, even though it was already a big number. That was not Kelvin, so I'm adding 273 to it and getting 1,273 Kelvin. And then I'm putting in my delta S in kilojoules so that when my units cancel, I'll have my Kelvin gone and I can add kilojoules and kilojoules together. Put that all in. I get a negative 26.5 kilojoules or kilojoules per mole. And then I can conclude that's the answer for the delta G part, and I can conclude that yes, this is spontaneous because my delta G is negative.